And we're going.
Hi.
Hi.
You poured huge shots.
I can't tell. This glass is weird.
That's a lot.
Bottoms up, bitch.
Whew. Whew. I dripped.
Okay, well, it just blends in with your shirt. So, welcome.
Hi.
So, I'm sure you know what we're getting ready for.
Makeup.
So, because I've always worn my Chewbacca shirt for every makeup tutorial, I felt like I had to bring it back. And this hideous, this cardigan.
You wore the same one for
I
that
know.
one?
I was cold and I'll probably take it off. But, so, yesterday, I did one eye. Just one eye. No other makeup. And, because I was experimenting. I was playing around. I got a new palette. This is called...
Is that the one you sent me just the other day?
Yes.
Okay.
This is called the NABLA Secret Palette. NABLA is a fairly new brand to the U.S. It's an Italian-based company.
Okay.
And I was just kind of getting bored with all my eyeshadow palettes.
She texted me, she's like, I'm in love with this palette. I'm like, how many palettes do you have?
And I'm like, I don't know. Who cares? What are you, Tyler? So, it's pretty. Like, it's
So
just
this is the one
really
you used yesterday for your...
Yes. So yesterday I was playing around and I'm like, let's do a peacock eye look. I know, it sounds crazy, but I got really good feedback from it. And several people, because I posted just the one eye, and several people were like, can we have a tutorial? And I'm like, absolutely.
So here you go.
So here we go.
We're going to try to keep this not very long.
Well,
a quick tutorial so you can actually watch it.
Yeah, but we're not going to speed through it because when we do that,
will we pause?
we leave. Well, we'll probably do, what is that called? The time lapse.
Oh.
But we really can't do the time lapse for the actual eye look, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
But no, because after when we're like dusting everything off and anyways. So this is the one thing I want to say. The pigments are really pretty. They show up really well. The one little critique is that there's not really a good transition shade. So what I did prior to Rachel getting here, I took my old Tarte In Bloom palette. Where did that go? There it is. And I took the white. This is so old, like look at it. I took the white and put it all over my lid so I had some kind of transition shade. Yes, because then you're gonna create a situation where eyeshadows, the pigment is going to be better and it's going to blend better. I also primed my lids prior with Wet n Wild cheap eye primer.
Eyeshadow primer?
Yes.
I did not, so we'll see the difference.
Yeah, we'll see if there's a difference. There might not be. For a long time, I was one of those people that I'm like, eyeshadow primer is a waste of money.
Not if...
But...
I always get like the crease.
Yeah, and I don't ever get creased eyes,
Do
ever.
you use the eyeshadow primer every time you put on eyeshadow now?
Yes. I don't ever not. Once again, I don't know if that's actually like...
So my base eyeshadow is done.
Yes.
All right.
So there's our transition shade. Use whatever white or neutral skin tone, whatever. Okay, so what we are going... Now I'm taking off the sweater. What we're going to do first is we're going to go into this palette and... The peacock eye, I should probably explain it really fast. It's going to be a goldy orange that fades to like a green that fades to a blue. Sounds complicated. Not. Now, I also want to say this really isn't a look that I would do for the daytime. Definitely.
We are right now.
Yeah, definitely a look though that would be great for like a date night.
I just told her we're filming. It's like 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, so we're filming on St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I don't have any green.
I know. I thought if I should pinch you or not, but that sounded mean.
Okay.
Oh, but I have to go to the gym after this. So
You're
I'm
gonna
walk
look
in,
fabulous.
I'm gonna walk into the gym with a full.
They're gonna be like,
face of makeup.
Rachel. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this Ghibli. Ghibli.
G-H-I-B-L-I color.
Yes, I don't speak Italian.
It's like a neutral
But
tan.
before we go into that, we're only going to take it from here to like the center of the eye and blend it up.
Only in your crease? Or
Yes.
on the lid too?
No, from here and then up. but you want to stop, actually not even right before you get to the center is where you want to stop.
So I'm gonna do here.
Yes,
Like this.
yes, and because
Okay.
that's where we're going to have our gold. So,
Okay. Get my mirror.
and like it is really
Pigmented. Okay.
Like look
so
at
be
this.
careful. Oh wow.
That was just one little dab.
Oh yeah.
Another thing, when it's really pigmented, tap that brush off. That will help.
Wow. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a lot in there.
I didn't do that with my first eye. I should have. So now I like can't do it on the second.
Okay.
Hold on. You see how that looks? So we have that done.
Did I do it right?
Yep. Let me see. Look in that thing. I have a lot of lid space, people. Like I could draw a map on my eye, honestly. So if you don't have as much, that's okay. Work with what you have. Okay. So, and you can pull it down a little bit just to like buff it out, but it's not needed. Yes.
Put it in there. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
So, and buff out here, like buff it out so it's not just like all of a sudden you stop. Yeah. And I always go back like at the very end and take whatever white I use, and if I need to blend the top, you can do that. So, okay, so now I'm gonna take this is like, I call this like, this is not a which side? Yes, this is not like a crease, but it's like whatever color I'm gonna do in the crease, I'm gonna bring over a little bit. Does that make any sense? Okay. So,
I'm gonna use the same brush.
now we're going to take, you're gonna use this brush.
I'll use the one I just
Okay.
used.
And look, this is the best money you can spend. It was $4.
So it's just like a spongy rough. It's not
Yeah.
really that rough.
No.
But it cleans your
cleans your
pigment.
brush. And then when you pull out the sponge thing, you have all of this. I just cleaned it out last night, but I'll show you after. There's all this powder in the bottom. So we're gonna take Addiction, this really pretty, like deep teal.
We're going for it now.
We're going big. And we're going to go in this, basically from where the Addiction, right there. We're gonna go from where this kind of stopped in the center. You don't want this to go up high though. You wanna stay like in here.
In the crease.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Addiction in the crease. So basically from middle over to the...
Mm-hmm. And don't go and blend hard first. We're just gonna lay this down. So I'm just gonna start laying it down.
I don't know if this is a good brush for that.
Well, here, hold on, this has,
What about this?
no, that's for, here. All that's on this is eye primer. Eyeshadow primer. But look at that pigment, people.
Yeah.
It looks crazy, right? I totally get that. You're always, every single time we do a makeup tutorial, every single time. She is terrified.
Well, like with colors this bold and this pigmented?
You said this when we were using like a red brown.
Yeah, because I wasn't used to it.
No. The thing is, I'm not even used to this. Yesterday when I first put on my eyes, I was like, oh, whoa, is this a mistake? So also you want to do the V. So like this. You see that V?
Yeah.
I told Rachel there is some fallout on this palette. That is not a complaint from me. I know a lot of people are like, there's fallout. It's powder. What do you think is going to happen? You really want to get that really deep though. And this is a shadow.
What do you mean, like the pigment?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is a shadow that you can really pack on.
Yeah, because look at the difference between mine and yours. I need to do like...
Yeah, you want to
so
pack
scared.
this blue on. Once again, you just want to bring it halfway, and we don't want to go up. Like once you get halfway, don't pull that up yet. I'll explain.
The V.
Okay.
The sideways V.
I think that's good for me. You keep going. While she's doing that, I'm gonna take my little under eye brush, whatever it is, and I'm going to run that first
Gilby, the
Ghibli,
tan.
yeah, just halfway under my eye, basically stopping where it stopped above, like that.
Like this will all blend in together later, right? I don't need to worry about that as much right now.
And when you say blend in,
Like blend together.
yeah, it'll kind of be an ombre effect.
Right.
So that's what I have right now. Okay. So you tell me when you're done with your blue.
I think I'm about there.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the same brush that I used for my blue and I'm gonna clean it off. And then I'm gonna take this blue and at the very edges, I'm just gonna slightly stroke it up, just slightly. Stay away from the center of your eye so much. So I'm just gonna go like this, just to blow it out kind of on the edge. Does that make sense? Just so you don't have that hard
Like line.
line. Yeah. And this is why we did use a transition shade. Now, I'm gonna blend this out in the center, but not up, just more to the center. I don't want that to go up.
Yeah, like mine did.
Well, that's okay. We're all learning. Phyllis, go. Is that Phyllis?
It's Phyllis.
They
Phyllis.
look the exact same.
Phyllis.
Go, go, go play. Sophie, it's spring break. My kids are at home.
I was gonna ask you if I should bring Peyton to play with Emily, but I'm glad.
Emery's at Yaya. Well, so she's at Yaya's because Penelope was gonna come over
Oh,
finally. Okay. So, and if you blended any of that crease out so that it's not like as pigmented, just go back and pack a little bit on. You don't have to. I'm just saying if you feel like you blended.
too much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so this is what it should look like, right? Okay, we're gonna clean that brush off. We're done with this brush pretty much, but. So now I'm gonna take a really little crease brush. Will that focus? It's like this. Phyllis!
Like this?
Yes. Well, no, that's for, or no, that's yours. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Sorry, I have one that's just for cream. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna dip it into the black. The black is literally just going to stay in your crease. You just want to darken up that crease and then go do the V, but just a little
Just
bit.
on the edge.
Just
edge.
like right through here.
Here. Boom, boom.
Yes, we're just going to deepen up that blue.
It's like
So,
black. It's like,
well, it's like a satin. There's like a little bit of sparkle to it, but it's not going to show up on your eye. So look, here I go. See, just like that's all I'm doing. We're just deepening that crease in the V. This is the thing. If it looks terrible, you can just wash it off after. See, now look at the difference now. Do you see how this eye is already more defined just with that little tiny,
yeah, this one and not this
just
one.
with that little tiny bit of black. And honestly, it doesn't make it black, it makes it navy because you're blending it with a teal.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the colors that honestly, I think precision like matters. So take your time.
Bold.
Yes, take your time when you're doing the black. Don't just like smear it on. What do you need, Rudy?
Oh, Sophie told me to tell you that she's going over to ride bikes with Addison.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
He just stood there like freaking Michael Myers. He was like, okay, I think we're good. Let me make sure mine's even. It needs to probably go up a little bit more. this is another thing, not everybody's eyes, they're just not symmetrical. Like this eye, I think has more of a droop than this eye. So I kind of have to make this side, my eyeshadow go a little bit higher so that you make it symmetrical. Okay, so now we look crazy, right?
Yep.
Now we're going to take our finger. Oops, it was glass. We're gonna pause this. We'll be right back.
BRB.